Welcome back. In the last video, we designed this simple keychain in Tinkercad. Today, I'm going to show you how to take that file and get it ready for your 3D slicer software so we can get it ready for our 3D printer to print it. I'll be using Bambu Studio as my main slicer, but stay tuned because I'll also show you how to do this in Cura if you have a different printer like an Ender 3 or something like that. So just to recap the last video, we are here, we're in Tinkercad at tinkercad.com. We're going to select our file. We're going to go to export, and we exported it as an STL to our desktop. And there it goes. Once it's there, we can either double click on it to open the associated slicer software. For me, it's a green icon because it's Bambu Studio. It might be something else for you, or it might not look like anything. So what we're going to do to make it the foolproof way, if the STL file is not associated with any slicer yet on your computer, let's open Bambu Studio manually. Once your Bambu Studio is loaded, we want to go over here to prepare. And I like to click this button right here to add something to my build plate. It pops open your Windows Explorer browser window. No, I don't want this right now. And let's go to Fabulous Snage Vielmo. And we'll double click that, and boom, it's on our build plate. Yours may be a different color. It's based on whatever color filaments you have over here selected. So now that that's on the build plate, we're going to make sure it's laying flat, which it is because that's how we exported it. But if it wasn't, you could try clicking this auto orient button, and that'll put it on the side that the printer thinks will print the best. So say, for example, we loaded it and it was like this. We can auto orient and it'll lay it flat, and it'll print it. It'll orient it in the best way to use the lowest number of supports. That's what it tries to do. So for our settings, we can use one of the standard ones here. The 0.2 millimeter layer height standard is fine. And then we will go to strength. Let's check that infill percentage. 15% on our sparse infill density. That's also fine. Number of wall loops is 2. If you want to ensure that your keychain is a little bit stronger, you can up that to 3. That will increase the number of times it goes around the outside edges of any part. So it makes the outer walls a little bit thicker, a little bit stronger. And if you really want a good top surface on something like this, you want to go down here to ironing and enable ironing on topmost surface or top surfaces. I'm going to go ahead and put it on top surfaces. So this flat part will be ironed, and then the top surface of the letters will also be ironed. Ironing really smooths out that top layer and makes it look not 3D printed. In the video that you saw at the start of this, I did not have ironing turned on. You can see some of the defects in between the letters, notably on like the N and the H. There are small gaps. And then once you have that there, you have all of your filament types loaded up. You go ahead and you just click slice plate. It'll give you an estimate of how much time it's going to take to print this. And I believe this includes the warm-up time. So you've got your prepare time of 7 minutes for it to heat the build plate, heat the nozzle, do the leveling check process to make sure your build plate is flat. And then once it starts printing, that's going to take 17 minutes and 42 seconds for me. And in total time is only 25 minutes. So if you were doing these and you got good at doing these, you could theoretically at a show be printing small keychains custom with people's names on them if you were doing like a vendor event or anything like that, and you had the ability to power your computer and your printer there. You can do on demand custom printed keychains, and I think that's pretty cool. What if you don't have Bambu Slicer? What if you only have something else that's free, such as Cura? Well, let me show you how that looks. Okay, so we're loaded into Cura. This is a custom print profile I have, so let me go to one of the standard ones. I have an older version of Cura. I've been out of the Cura game for a while because I have the Bambu printers. I don't use my Enders much anymore, but the interface should mostly be the same. And if you have it set off of the, I think they called them intent profiles, you can customize a lot more options. It gives you micro control over everything right here. But let's assume you have it on the default settings. That's going to be fine. You want something standard quality, 0.2 millimeter layer height is fine because it's likely you're using a 0.4 millimeter nozzle. And in general, if you kind of stick to like half of your nozzle diameter for your layer height, you're going to be just fine. So in Cura, open file, go back to our desktop to find our fabulous Snage, and now it's in here. So it's a little bit different, but this does have ironing, I believe. Yeah, top and bottom, enable ironing. So you can just run it with these default settings. They should give you a pretty good result. And then, similar to our Bambu Studio experience, you want to look for the button that says slice. This is the software slicing it into little tiny thin layers. And go to preview here, and you can actually see, if you scroll through this, you can see exactly what the printer is going to do on every single layer. So we know exactly for layer 1, it's going to start and it's going to print a skirt. You see it going around, it'll show you. And then it does a few outlines. All right, come on. And then see here, you can kind of scrub through and see exactly what the printer is going to do before you even hit that print button. So instead of sending it via the cloud to your printer in Cura, you just want to go save to disk. You'll save that to your micro SD card. Take your micro SD card over to your printer, pop that in, and print it from there. That gives us an opportunity to show you how to do that in the next video. We also have an opportunity to learn how to do multicolor printing, both in Bambu Studio and in Cura. It's possible, and I can show you how. Let me know in the comments which of those two videos you want to see. Let me know if you want to see the multicolor printing or if you want me to go more in depth, give a more granular, detailed video exactly about all of the print settings we use, what print settings I use to print beads and get the top quality. Just let me know what you guys need. Thank you guys for watching. If this video helped you out, please help me out. It takes no time at all. Click that like button. That's all I need you to do. If you want to know what I use to run my business, I do have Amazon referral links in the description. It does not cost you anything extra, and it'll help me out along the way. So if you could purchase through those links, we use a lot of great PLA. We have a lot of great printers in there. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again.